You may have noticed something in Meta Ads that has been rolled out to most advertisers in September and to all advertisers by the end of 2025. And it's the ability to do creative testing right in the platform where Meta will automatically devote part of its budget to creative testing. So this goes a long way for those advertisers that have just been using campaign budget optimization. We now reserve a percentage of your daily ad spend in each campaign towards that creative practice. Let's take a look. So this is a good rollout for Meta. I think a lot of the advertisers have given feedback that they wanted the ability to still rely on CBO, but ask Meta to at least reserve part of their budget for some of their creative testing. We'll see this box right here for creative testing. This should be in your account, something that looks like this. If we click Setup Test, we get the opportunity to play up to at least 5 new types of creative in the same original ad. So again, that's the same primary text, same selections, same auto-generated assets, same site links, whatever we might set up in this ad. We just can create multiple versions of that, but telling Meta that it must reserve some of that spend for this test. So in this case, if we're spending $25 and we only want to spend, let's say, 20% of our budget on our creative, we would just put 5, obviously. So then we aim to spend $5 per day across test ads against a $25 budget. If you want to get more aggressive, you can always do somewhere like 20%, 40% of your ads rather at $10, but it's whatever you might want it to be. And then, it's going to ask you how you want to compare performance. And most of the time, the creative is telling the story to prep somebody in a position to take action. So I would just have straight cost per lead as this result, and then I would run it for 7 days and hit confirm. And so now that we have that set up, we'll see that we suddenly have these new test leads, and we have this beaker next to it. So Meta will start to spend and reserve money based off of these 2 new leads here. It's important to note that you can get up to 5 test ads per experiment. I would say that the rule of thumb for me is I'm never going to spend less than 30 to 33% of my average cost per lead per day on a test. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I want to learn quicker. And number two, I don't want to lollygag with less money than what it takes someone to naturally convert. It's just going to take Meta longer to find that person, and we're going to get a false readout on something like a 7-day test. So if your average cost per lead in the last 45 days in your account is somewhere, let's say, $45, $50, I never want to put less than $17 per day, hopefully half, at least $25 per day towards each ad that I'm testing. Otherwise, it's probably better to just let Meta decide and not run a test at all, because we do want to give it a little bit of budget while it learns. Otherwise, we're stretching ourselves too thin. If you're a little budget strapped, I wouldn't even really bother with this. I would just keep CBO testing, and if you need to put all your underserved creative into a new ad set to try to push Meta to put spend behind it, that's probably better efficiency-wise than using this. But if you have a little bit of budget, extra budget, if you want to add to your overall budget from $50 a day to $60 per day and reserve that $10 specific for this testing, but keep everything in a CBO environment, I think that's the best way to use this if you're somewhere between the stage 2 and stage 3 business. If you have any questions, just comment below, or you can shoot me a message. And if you need any help getting your ad campaigns set up so they're in proper position to scale your business, just send me a message. Maybe we can work together. Otherwise, happy ad buying and talk to you soon.